My name is Malika Ramdas, and I'm Director of Admissions at United World College in Southeast Asia. I work across both our campuses, and it's my great pleasure to serve as your moderator for today. I'm just going to take a few moments to introduce the program for this afternoon, and then I will hand you over to our learning leadership team of the junior school for today's program, of the first part of today's program. So as you know, this year we are offering you the chance to connect with us both virtually as well as in person. So in addition to today's webinar, we also have our on-campus open day for the East Campus Junior School, which will take place this Thursday morning. So if you've signed up for that, we very much look forward to welcoming you to the campus and to seeing you in person. So today's program will consist of a 30 to 40-minute presentation about the junior school learning program, and that will be delivered by our learning leaders, the principal and vice principals of the junior school. We will then have the chance for your questions related to the learning program, and we do ask that you keep your questions related to the learning program and to the student experience within our junior school. That will be moderated by one of my colleagues, and we invite you to submit your questions through the question and answer button at the bottom of your Zoom screen. So just take a moment to identify where that is. And you're welcome to submit your questions at any point during the presentation or during the actual question and answer period. Once we finish that part of the program, we will then move on to the very last part, which will be an admissions question and answer period with myself and some of my colleagues joining me. And again, we invite you to submit those questions related to admissions via the question and answer button. Now, just a reminder that there will not be an actual presentation as part of the admissions question and answer session, because we already presented our webinar called Admissions Explained, and that was delivered last week. But we hope you received the link to that, and it's also available on our website, and we do encourage you to view that if you haven't had a chance to do so already. Do note that today's session will be recorded, and this webinar about the learning program will then be posted and available on our website, and it will also be mailed to all of you who registered for today's session in case you're not able to stay with us to the end of the program. Okay, so with that, it's now my great pleasure to introduce you to our principal of our primary school, Pauline Markey, and she is joined by our two vice principals for the junior school, Jennifer Juto and Natasha Hoff. Over to you, Pauline, Natasha, and Jen.
Thank you very much, Malika, and good morning and welcome again to our junior school open day. As Malika said, I'm Pauline Markey. I'm the primary school principal here at East, and that means I look after the grades from K1 all the way to grade 5. So that's our 4-year-olds to our 11-year-olds. Our primary school is split into two sections: the infant school, K1 to grade 1, and the junior school, grade 2 to grade 5. We are delighted you could join us today to learn more about our wonderful school, and we hope to meet as many of you as possible on Thursday on campus, where you will be able to see the school in action, see our exciting learning environments where the magic happens, and meet some of our truly wonderful students. We feel incredibly honoured that you're considering Uwcsea as a school for your children. The choice of school we make for our children is perhaps one of the most important decisions we'll ever make. And this is no different for us as educators. I've been an educator for over 30 years, and over 20 of those have been in international schools. And like you, I carried out my research to ensure I'd find a school that matched our values, my values and philosophy, and provide for my own family and for me as a professional the type of education, value-based and experiential educational experiences that we hold so dear here at UWC. I can honestly say I have not been disappointed. I know I'm slightly biased, but we can honestly say we have the very best job in the world and are passionate about what we do here at Uwcsea. And today we hope to share a little bit of that with you and what we believe makes us special. Next. Thank you. So when I talk about research, hopefully when you were doing your research, you came across our mission. And here it is for you there. It's highly likely when you looked at our mission that the words, hopefully education, but people, maybe unite, maybe peace and sustainability, or even the word force stuck out for you. And they're all key concepts and important concepts for us. But the one that's probably most important for us is the word people. UWC is all about relationships and connections. We have the most engaging, articulate, capable, curious young people who we get to share our learning with every day. And I can honestly say there's not a day goes by where I don't learn something from our students and have my eyes open to different perspectives. The adults we have in the building are passionate, experienced and compassionate, committed group of staff who care for each and every one of our students and guide them in their learning. And this just doesn't mean just a teacher and teaching assistant in the classroom. It extends to all the staff, from our admin team, facilities, our caterers, our transport office, our specialist teachers in PE, music, languages and art, and everyone who works together and plays that vital part in ensuring that we have the optimum conditions in which our students can thrive. The parents we have are a supportive, diverse, eager, engaged group of people who are willing and able to support families and our students. And should you join us, we look forward to you joining that parent body in whatever capacity is appropriate for you. We benefit from a K-12 environment, which is an opportunity for great relationships to develop between our younger and our older students. Our older students are great role models for our younger children, and we set up opportunities for this to work. For example, we operate a buddy program where older classes join with a younger class and together they learn and have fun. Next, please. We are going to now show you some of our students in action and let them speak for themselves. Thank you.
I enjoy learning unit of study because it is just like combining all the subjects together and learning a general view of different things like performing collaborative creations or sustainability or communities.
Collective agency and agency, because that doesn't just help you with schoolwork, it also allows you to be principled, organized, a self-manager and a critical thinker for your learning.
So at UWC, I most enjoy learning the specialist subjects because here we don't just focus on academics like maths and English. We also do music, art, and PE, and also we have languages, which is really fun.
Okay, so my teacher helps me to learn because they can break it down and that helped me also. My friends help me give strategies, and that's how I really like it.
My friends, they always have my back with encouraging words, which helps me to push forward.
Technology helps me learn because if you're a visual learner like me, then it's just an easier way to see things and a different perspective.
I like to break it up into bits and then zoom in on it, and then when I'm done with that, I'll move on to the next thing. So I focus on one thing at a time.
I always give myself a little time and space and a quiet place. So then I like to work the problem out step by step. If I can't do that, I would ask the teacher for a little guidance.
First, I try to strategize by myself and climb out of that learning pit. But if I don't be able to do that, sometimes I ask my peers or my teachers for hints and clues.
Beautiful, kind, welcoming, inspiring.
We have a variety of lots of different nations, so we get to learn each other's cultures as well.
So inclusive, diverse, and welcoming.
We always open our minds and hearts for people, so we are happy to let other people join into our community.
So every once in a while, we always reflect on something that we're learning. So like if it's maths, perhaps, we reflect and we do like something that, what could I have done better next time? What was good for me? And we always reflect.
I know that I'm making progress because if I'm able to talk about it a lot and share with my friends and help them learn, then I know that I know a lot about it and I'm learning.
Well, progress is a long-term thing for me. At first, in the start, I will want to set a goal for what I want to do. And at the end, I reflect on what happened. What are my successes? What is my next step for my learning?
I like to describe them as very open and free for a child to join anyone that they feel is good for them and comfortable.
They connect everything to our normal learning, but they always add a little bit of fun with activities that may be able to connect to students.
All of them sort of lead to the same thing, which is balanced learning environment.
And in activities, you get to try stuff which you normally wouldn't be able to do in other schools. So it's a good choice to make, like if you want to do something new, which you haven't done before.
That was fast.
There you go. Hopefully you can see why we consider ourselves to be so lucky. You can see now on the screen our guiding statements, and that's exactly what they do. They guide and underpin everything we do at UWC and are what we aspire to. At the top there, we can see that because UWC is driven by a mission, values, and educational goals, we create an environment that is underpinned by well-being and learning principles. And we provide a holistic learning programme through a K-12 concept-based curriculum, which thoughtfully and deliberately develops the skills, qualities, values, and mission competencies, enabling students to live the mission throughout their lives. We have a bespoke concept-based curriculum. You'll hear a little bit more about that later. And we've created that with the learner at the heart of the programme. It's been articulated from K1 all the way through to grade 12 to ensure that our students can move seamlessly through the school. Through our learning programme, we aim to provide our students with that holistic value-based education that develops them as individuals, but also as active members of a global society. What we want most for our students is for them to grow into happy, articulate, passionate and confident young people who will understand their place in the world and do their very best to make a difference, to be change makers. And we see examples of this all the time. For example, many of our children on the occasion of their birthdays will ask friends to donate to one of our service partners instead of buying them birthday gifts. Next. So this is part of the guiding statements, and you can see it's our learning programme. And we want to give you a taste of our learning programme, why it's unique and why our students and adults love to come to school each day. You can see that the learning programme is made up of 5 interlinking elements, intentionally displayed as a circle, because we consider them to be of equal importance and value, though obviously we don't spend equal time on them. Our aim for our students is to embrace challenge and to take responsibility for shaping a better world, therefore fulfilling the educational goal of Uwcsea. And we are very much a learning focused school. This is our core purpose, and this is why we're here. Our meetings, our conversations, our professional learning, everything we do is linked back to student learning. We'll now take a look at each of those elements, and I'd like to hand over to Jen Jutto, Vice Principal with responsibility for grade 2 and 3 in particular. Thank you.
Thank you, Pauline. As Pauline said, my name is Jennifer Jutto. This is my second year at UWC and my 7th year as a vice principal. I'm originally from Canada, but this is my 23rd year living in Asia. I previously lived in the Philippines, Laos, Vietnam, but I have to say that working with the students at UWC brings absolute joy to my life, just as Pauline had talked about previously, what they bring to the school. And I do look forward to hopefully meeting your children. The Personal, Social, and Education program is informed by our mission, values, and our educational goal. And it underpins everything we do. It reflects both the needs of our diverse school student community and our location in Singapore. PSE is how students come to understand themselves and their relationships with others. A foundational element of our program, it is a key that unlocks learning in the other 4 elements. With the ability to recognize and regulate their emotions, form friendships, and work both independently and collaboratively towards goals. Students use their learning in the PSE program to become active, self-directed learners and individuals. Our PSE program is taught holistically and embedded in daily routines and highlighted during learning activities by all teachers. Strategies such as morning meetings and assemblies are employed to encourage meaningful discussions about how to problem solve during conflict situations, how to communicate one's feelings or needs, and demonstrate care for others. These approaches promote healthy relationships, resilience, and well-being. Our PSE program not only teaches children important social, emotional, and relationship skills, it also helps to ensure our school is a safe and supportive place. Working together as a community, we prioritize protecting children and keeping them safe. One of the ways we do this is by explicitly teaching safe behaviors and conducting safeguarding lessons in the entire school. As part of these safeguarding lessons, we ensure students can name trusted adults. These are people whose words and actions make them feel safe, both at school and at home. A home and school partnership is essential in safeguarding our students. We also have a social emotional specialist and a counseling team to support our community as needed. PSE also intentionally develops the UWC values and profile, as well as the skills and quality of the profile. The values and profile are derived from our mission and supported by current research and education. Our values are incredibly important, and we teach students explicitly what they mean through assemblies and across the curriculum, as well as model them. We provide various opportunities for students to put them into practice in all areas of our community. Through the development of the skills and qualities, members of our community lead by example, embrace challenge, and take responsibility for shaping a better world. While each value, skill, and quality is identified separately, they are interconnected and impact each other. These skills and qualities are as appropriate for 4-year-olds as they are for 14-year-olds. Our grade 2 students talk about being self-managers as they fill in their organizers with their activities and their home learning. They plan for their week ahead and take responsibility for themselves. Students further develop these skills and qualities as they move up through the school, where they hopefully become part of who they are. You will see the UWC values and profile throughout the school, including in different languages. Students use these words when reflecting on their strengths, their goals, and their future ambitions. As you read through these words, I am sure you can see the importance of each in becoming a lifelong learner who can enact the UWC mission. A key part, as I mentioned, of our PSE program are morning meetings. This is a classroom structure used to nurture PSE throughout our primary school. Morning meeting is a time where students and teachers come together to start their morning. It sets a tone of respect, caring, and excitement, which lasts through the rest of the day. Morning meetings create a nurturing, safe, and secure environment, and they build community as well as a sense of belonging. It is the forum for teaching, discussing, sharing, and resolving personal and social issues. At times, teachers may use the structure of morning meeting and other parts of the learning day to respond to issues and support students. For many of our students, it is a highlight of their day, ensuring they feel safe, cared for, and respected in their classroom community. Academics. Much of the day is spent with a focus on academics, but wherever possible, we layer the 4 other elements of the program on top of our academic program. Our K-12 curriculum is a robust and balanced concept-based curriculum that covers all disciplines. Throughout the curriculum, students learn through an inquiry-based approach that is interdisciplinary. Concept-based learning is centered around big ideas that transfer across time, place, and situation. While content is important and the students need to develop the skills and knowledge, the ability to make sense of the knowledge and skills in the world around them is of equal importance. Students connect their prior learning to new learning experiences. We ask them to generalize and apply their ideas in new contexts. This transfer is critical to students being able to apply learning in their world today and in their future. Our academics program and curriculum is structured around the disciplines of mathematics, English, humanities, science, personal and social education, digital literacy, physical education, music, visual arts, and language B. In the primary classroom context, students will regularly refer to the term UOS, which means Unit of Study. This is where our students intentionally plan for and seek out connections across the disciplines, such as humanities and science, PSC, and digital literacy, to create rich, engaging inquiries that bring multiple disciplines together. Our academic program is outstanding, and it sets students up for success throughout their schooling. Our incredible teachers spend extensive time structuring learning to allow students to make connections and to transfer understandings across time, place, and situation. So what does this look like? Well, it can look like students in grade 5 who investigate how we can learn from famous upstanders, how one person can make a difference in their community, and then they consider how they personally can make a difference in their own sphere of influence. Or it looks like our grade 3 students who, after learning how Singapore sources and protects its water supply, experiment with rain capturing and water filtering before then considering their own water usage and impact on water. This looks like our grade 2 students learning about what plants need in order to grow and care for the gardens at our school, and then look at the gardens in the wider community. It looks like our grade 4 students learning about different business models to consider how the production processes of everyday items impact sustainability. They collect data and use opinion writing to share research within the wider community in order to spur action and change. The importance of our concept-based curriculum to make connections and bring together ideas is powerful, and transferable learning moments is what motivates and inspires our teachers and students on a daily basis. Our former Director of Teaching and Learning explains more in our K-12 concept-based curriculum in this video.
What is concept-based learning? Concept-based learning is centered around big ideas. Ideas so universal that they transfer across place, time, and situation. Content is important, so students must acquire knowledge and skills within each discipline. But the ability to make sense of their knowledge and skills in the world around them is just as important. This doesn't happen by accident. Students are given a variety of experiences so that they develop conceptual understandings, significant ideas that transfer to new contexts. This ensures that they thrive in a complex and unknown future. The Uwcsea concept-based curriculum leads to the IB diploma in grades 11 and 12 and is developed from our mission. Our educational goal is that students embrace challenge and take responsibility for shaping a better world. To do this, they must develop higher order thinking skills and apply their learning to diverse situations. Because our community is so international and diverse, our students bring a wide range of experiences, knowledge, and skills with them when they join us. A concept-based curriculum allows them to connect their prior learning to our experiences at school, as well as develop deep understanding. How do we develop conceptual understanding in our students? Concept-based learning goes hand in hand with learners having a diverse and broad range of experiences. This is achieved through all 5 elements of our holistic learning program: academics, activities, outdoor education, personal and social education, and service. We explicitly plan for concept-based learning by asking conceptual questions and teaching through inquiry, exposing students to content that stretches and deepens their thinking, fostering dialogue and collaboration, asking students to generalize and apply their ideas to new contexts. Together, these experiences support the development of conceptual understanding in our students.
And I will now hand over to Natasha Hoff, the other vice principal in the primary school.
Good afternoon, my name is Natasha Hoff and I'm in my 4th year at UWC. It really is a family affair for us. My 2 children are in the middle school and my husband is teaching in grade 3. We've worked internationally for about 25 years and I've taught in Norway, Germany, South Korea, China, and we're happy to finally land here in Singapore. I'm going to start talking about one of our elements, and that is outdoor education. So Kurt Hahn was UWC's founder, and he championed the development of the whole person, and he was convinced of the importance of learning outside the classroom. Our outdoor education program is planned intentionally, just like all of our elements, as it greatly impacts on the overall development and learning of the students. Our formal outdoor education program begins in K1, where it's incorporated in learning outdoors on campus in our wild spaces. In the early years, we are fortunate to have an outdoor learning specialist who's dedicated to developing outdoor learning for our younger students, both on campus and off campus. We gradually build upon these experiences by enabling students to challenge themselves in safe environments and take risks through experiences such as a sleepover and local overnight adventures. Throughout their time at UWC, these experiences progressively increase in challenge until grade 11, when students independently plan and lead small group trips. Next slide, please. Our outdoor education provides opportunities for intentional development of personal identity, healthy relationships, and connectedness to nature, which are all necessary for well-being and flourishing. We aim to develop an understanding that actions people take in outdoor environments can protect or harm living things and their habitats. There's a lot of current research showing the importance of connecting with nature, especially with our younger learners. In his book, Beyond Ecophobia, David Sebald discusses the rise of ecophobia. When students are taught about the impacts of climate change without having any connection to nature, they then develop a fear of the natural world and distance themselves from it as they become more fearful of the issues they're being taught. If we really want children to flourish, we need to give them time to connect with nature and love the earth before we ask them to save it. Next slide, please. Our passion and commitment to service is a key component of what we do. It helps UWC achieve its mission of uniting people, nations, and cultures for peace and sustainable future. Service learning is one of the 5 elements of our school program and what sets us apart from other international schools as we strive to live our mission in all we do. As a school, we consider service learning alongside sustainability and environmental stewardship as central to our commitment to holistic learning. Students from all year levels within the primary school engage in college, local, and global service. At a college level, these involve looking after and managing garden spaces, supporting recycling efforts on campus, and as you can see in the picture, composting, and much more. This focus on contribution to community allows us to embed our service curriculum into our everyday life, instilling a learning disposition in this area that is rich and meaningful for our students. Next slide, please. Our activities program is broad and we have many elements to this. Our arts and performance activities promote visual, auditory, and movement expression. Originality, collaboration, and perseverance are important skills that occur in music, drama, dance, and visual arts. When we create and innovate, these activities encourage students to unleash curiosity, generate new possibilities, and alternate ideas. For example, we have clubs such as animation, coding, urban gardening, and MasterChef. In Mind Matters, these activities require students to inquire, question, make connections, and extend their understandings. For example, chess, programming, mindfulness, and math club. Activities that focus around wellness for life are looking at understanding the relationship between a healthy body and a healthy mind. For example, boxing, recreational sports, yoga, and ultimate frisbee. For those activities based around learning and leading, we encourage students to communicate and lead through collaboration. We have opportunities for leadership in student council, service executives, buddy mentors, just a few examples. Representative sports are activities which promote confidence, resilience, and determination through a wide variety of competitive sports. Sports that we offer for competition include gymnastics, swimming, touch rugby, cricket, cross country, and many more. And lastly, a final element of our activities program is home languages. This promotes linguistic diversity and inclusion. And the home language program aims to develop students' language proficiency in their home language. And we offer a wide range of languages for this. The opportunities for students to try and find passions through our activities program is endless. We talk regularly with students about the activities to see if they're enjoying and learning from them. Our major focus in the primary school is on developing a broad range of interests that are enjoyable and engaging. You will always hear our head of activities, Ian Deep, encouraging students to explore their passions and develop a growth mindset that is transferable to all new experiences. Next slide, please. Pauline, over to you.
Thank you, Natasha. So we're nearly at the end of our presentation of our learning programme. And this, I have to say, is one of my favourite pictures and one of my favourite quotes. No one can whistle a symphony. It takes a whole orchestra to play it. A little bit like that, it takes a village to raise a child idea. In our school, every single person is a part of our community. And we believe that this true strength in community lies in that collaboration. We are a large school, yet each class and each grade and each play space is a much smaller community where our children spend most of their time and where they feel safe and comfortable with their friends and are able to take risks, make mistakes, and discover and learn together. Every student's voice is valued and celebrated, and every individual contributes to the success of the group. We have a unique set of experiences, passions, and knowledge, and that adds greatly to our community. We adopt a pedagogy of respectful and responsive listening and restorative conversation, alongside that relationship building and a shared sense of belonging. And these are just some of the standout qualities of the junior school community that make us what we are. As I said, not one person is responsible for the children. It's a collective effort from all members. of our community. Next. We believe our school is a really special place where our students can thrive, and we understand that this is only possible in partnership with our parents. We work really hard to nurture that partnership, and we are so delighted that we can once again welcome parents back onto campus and benefit from that active presence in our school. Our parents not only support their children's learning and the school as a whole, but they play a huge part in supporting other families and each other. They plan an incredibly wide range of activities, including exercise classes, social events, service opportunities, and we also have dedicated parents who are language reps and can support our different language parents. We couldn't do the work we do without our parent community, and we are incredibly fortunate to share in their learning journey with those children. So we hope that we've given you a tiny taste of what life in our junior school is like. We obviously feel it's a very special place, and we're immensely proud of it. And I'm immensely proud of all of the members of our community, but in particular our students. We're confident that if you choose Uwcsea, your child will flourish and blossom at our school and gain a deeper understanding of themselves, their place not only in school but in the wider community, and their responsibility to others. I'm sure I've noticed in the chat there are lots and lots of questions, so I'm going to hand over to Kate, who will host the question and answer session. And we really look forward to meeting as many of you on Thursday on campus as is possible. Thank you very much for your time.